Okay, on this date, 7 years and 1 hour ago, roughly, I made a decision to stop being a fat dad. I made a decision to stop being a fat dad 7 years and 1 hour ago on December 30th, 2018. 7 years and 2 hours ago, I was living a great life with a beautiful family, had just moved from Texas to Virginia to take a great job, but I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. 7 years and 2 hours ago, I could not look at myself in the mirror, and I thought I was destined in my early 30s. This is disgusting. At 33, I thought it was game over, and I was destined to, hello, wifey, I was destined to spend the next 30, 40 years continuing to put on weight, having crap joints, and feeling miserable under my skin. So, before I get into the story of what happened 7 years and 1 hour ago, roughly, why should you spend any of your precious time during this holiday season listening to a Northern Irishman talk about what changed at that point to turn the tide? My name is Sean. I'm the owner-operator of Isle of Fitness, and I am a coach that helps busy dads aged 40 plus lose 40 pounds plus and keep it off by building sustainable and enjoyable habits rather than miserable diets, extreme exercising, taking weight loss medication, dodgy supplements, or anything else that is just not going to fix the root cause. The root cause of weight gain for us are our choices, our habits. And if you fix your habits, you fix your lifestyle, and you fix your life. I have been coaching for over 4.5 years now. I've coached thousands of men and women in a group coaching setting. I have coached hundreds of men and women one-to-one. And I believe it's around 176 dads to date at Isle of Fitness. So I have experience in transforming my own life and helping other men, women, and dads make amazing changes that stick through common sense and consistency. And tonight, I wanted to share this story. If you are a dad with a similar profile to me, myself, 7 years ago, you're carrying 40 pounds plus, you're feeling miserable physically, mentally, emotionally, you want to change, but the kicker is you also feel that it's impossible to lose weight and get in better shape unless you do something extreme, unsustainable, that is just going to lead you to yo-yo right back to where you started from. This is for you. And what I want you to do from hearing my story, taking time, maybe the next 20 minutes, take the energy from myself. Infuse this with your own desire to make amazing changes. Draw your line in the sand and fucking get to work tonight. Tonight, December 30th, 2025. So, let's get into it here. 7 years and 2 hours ago, we are on day 2 after a move from Dallas, Texas to Harrisonburg, Virginia. I took a job in a local university and I moved with Jackie, my wife, and our 2 sons, 2 years old. Oren and Cassian was 6 months old at the time. We moved across the country. We didn't know anyone, but me and Jackie wanted to raise our kids in a place that wasn't so hot and built up like Dallas, and just have a nicer, better quality life. Things look good. Beautiful wife, beautiful sons, a Northern Irishman with a Californian wife, 2 Texan sons, taking a great job and at a university, life is good. But underneath, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. Um, I was bloated. I had, from stuff in my face, I had no energy in the later part of the day. My joints, even in my early 30s, were starting to hurt. I would suck in my gut most of the day, whether that was at work or at home. I would have this like constant tension on my belly to try and like suck it in. I always tried to hide my belly, for example, with, the suit jacket at work. And hey, Martin, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. I would, after 2.5 years, from 2016 to the end of 2018, I put on, 40 pounds in 2.5 years. That's 1.3 pounds a month for 30 months. That is an 80 pound in 5-year pace. This was a steady drip of weight gain that, especially in 2018, I was like, I'm not looking good. I'm not feeling good. What is happening? I would buy junk food with cash, so Jackie wouldn't see, the receipt from the 7-Eleven of like donuts, love pastries, things like that. I would, eat after Jackie and the kids went to bed at night. When I was relaxing, after a hard day at work, I would have Ben & Jerry's fish food ice cream with Jackie, couple of bowls there, multiple times a night, and then finish off with a bowl of cereal. I would eat huge meals at breakfast and at lunch and at dinner, believing that if I ate everything all at once, that was better than spreading all the food that I was eating out through the day. I also believed that my metabolism was broken. I was over the hill, and that the clothes factories in China were making the clothes smaller because they, my pants, my trousers weren't fitting me. I couldn't close the button and the clasp together without it creating the muffin top. So what I would do is, only use the button and then the belt to hold it up, so it wouldn't be so tight around my hips. That felt awful. I also didn't want to buy bigger clothes because that was a sign of defeat. I believe the scale was broken. I'd gone from a lean, fit, 180 pounds. When I hit 200 pounds, I believe that the scale was broken. When I was 210, the scale was broken. When I hit 220 at the end of 2018, maybe I didn't even know then, the scale was broken. I was in denial. I had a massive amount of delusions going on. And I was blaming everything else around me, external forces, except looking at myself. So this is where I was 7 years and 2 hours ago. On the surface, life looked good. I was a happy guy for a lot of, my day today. Maybe a guy with a decent sense of humor, a social guy. But underneath, I was really struggling with how I looked and how I felt. I felt ashamed. I felt depressed. I had a lot of self-loathing. I felt embarrassed. Jackie had met me at a very lean 169 pounds in the Costa Rican jungle in 2012. And she had seen me go on a 50-pound swing up to 220 pounds. I sometimes joke that I dogfish Jackie. She met me in real life at 169 pounds as a machete-swinging Irishman in the Costa Rican jungle. And then I just ballooned up a 50-pound swing to 220 pounds. And I was a shadow of my former self. I couldn't even believe where I was. And by the way, none of this is scripted. I just want to speak from the heart, and I want you to take this energy and use it and apply it to your life. If you are a dad that's struggling, draw your own motherfucking line and make these changes because you can, right? So that's where I was. That's how I was feeling 7 years and 2 hours ago. What changed? We were on, I think, day 2, having moved from Dallas to Harrisonburg, Virginia. We were still unpacking our things in the townhome. Oren was 2 years of age, just under 2. Cassie was 6 months old. I hadn't slept. Me and Jackie hadn't had a good night of sleep for 6 months plus. Cassian was waking up every hour and a half for 6 months straight, and that is not even an exaggeration. He was not fucking sleeping. So I was completely exhausted. I was clinically obese, very low energy later in the day, just physically, mentally, emotionally tapped out. This is where I was 7 years, 2 hours ago. We're getting the boys ready for bed. And we go, I'm going upstairs. I can't remember this exactly, but I can remember the moment. I can remember the moment where it all changed. For some reason, I am not wearing a t-shirt. And that is unusual because for especially most of 2018, I did not look in the mirror. If there was a full-length mirror in our bedroom, I would run by it. I could not look at myself. It was depressing. But that night, December 30th, 2018, I am brushing my teeth with Oren beside me. He's about He's about 18 months old or something like that. He's 18 months old, and we're brushing our teeth, and my t-shirt is off, and me and him are just like, brushing each other and looking at each other in the mirror, and we're like kind of smiling. And as I'm brushing my teeth with my t-shirt off, I finally take a look at myself in the mirror. Like, I actually don't flinch away. I don't look away. I actually take a look. For the last 2.5 years, I have been putting on 40 pounds, and I have felt absolutely awful and felt hopeless about that I could even change things. But I'm finally looking in the mirror. What I see looking back at me is worse than I thought. So I'm taking it all in, and what do I see? So I take a look at my belly. I knew my belly was big, but it's fucking massive. I'm like, oh shit, this is not good. I'm looking at the side. I'm looking at the love handles. I now have love handles. I can't believe it. I can't believe that I have love handles from where I have been. I look at my man boobs, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is not good. I am looking at my chin, my jawline. Now I'm a bit fluffy from the Christmas, but I've got no jawline, and I've got multiple chins. My face is just puffy and bloated, and I'm taking all this in, and I'm feeling even worse. Here is the thing that finally broke it for me. This is the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm taking a look at my arms, and they are like twigs. I have no muscle. My arms are just like they're now like sticks. And I've talked about, if you've been following me for a while, I talk about like it was like someone had put twigs on a bucket of melted ice cream. That is what my body looked like. And I took all this in, and I couldn't. It wasn't my belly. It wasn't my man boobs. It wasn't even my love handles. It wasn't my chins. It wasn't my puffy, bloated face. The thing that finally killed me, the thing that broke me, were my arms. I had been a strong, fit guy, and here I was, and I was soft, fat, obese, and I had no muscle. I was wasting away at 33. 34. Okay, I'm 34 here. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm just thinking, I'm still brushing my teeth. I'm now not looking at Orange so much. I'm actually just brushing my teeth, and I'm just like taking it all in. And it was my arms that broke me. And I thought to myself, I'm done. And I thought to myself, I am fucking done. I am fucking done. That is Please, and if you're joining, I hope you're not in your living room with your family and with your young kids with me swearing, but be prepared. I'm not trying to swear, but this is what was going on with me. I'm fucking done. I could not take living another day like I had for the last 2.5 years. Young dad, the office commute, work stress, not sleeping with the young kids. It's a very familiar tale, yeah? But I was like, after looking at me and saying, you have a true dad bod, I'm fucking done with that. I am fucking done. I cannot keep showing up for myself, for Jackie, for my 2 sons like this. This is not a version of me I want to live my life as. And that was it. That was it. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I took the look. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I drew the line. Mentally, I drew the line. I did not know what I was going to do, but I knew that I was done living my life this way. So, I obviously got the kids off to bed. Now remember, I'm done living that life this way, but I have no energy. I'm clinically obese. I can't even believe how badly out of shape I am. I'm done, but I'm in terrible shape, and I actually don't believe it is possible for me to lose weight. This is how messed up it is. This is 2018. This is the internet is alive and well. I could access information from. I was a big Twitter guy back in the day, right? Loads of like coaches and fitness people and resources and information, but I literally believed I could not lose weight. I believed that my jaw was gone. I believed my jawline was gone. I wasn't needing to be checked into like a psychiatric hospital, but this is just what I believed. I was completely ignorant as a semi-intelligent, semi-successful guy with a good life, like a beautiful life. I did not believe it was possible for me to get in shape, but I was done living the way I was. That is my moment, right? And I'm going to talk about a couple of other things after this, okay, to give you like tips. But that is where I was, how I was feeling, the moment that I drew the line. That was it. That was it. I drew the line in my head. That was the moment. This small moment, looking at, taking stock, facing reality, looking in the mirror, looking in the mirror. That was it. I had avoided the mirror for 2.5 years. I did not want to face reality. When I finally faced reality, done. I'm fucking done. I'm fired up. None of this is fucking scripted. I'm fired up. I want you to take this energy. When I faced reality, I could not deny it anymore. Thankfully, my arms were shit. And it put me over the top. I cannot live like this anymore. I got my kids off to bed. Me and Jackie finished out the evening doing whatever, watching some TV. The next morning, I got up early and I took a walk in the cold. And now I live in Virginia in the winter and it's fucking freezing. And I am starting changing my life, not believing it's possible, the worst shape of my life, in a new state, not knowing anyone. I'm not sleeping, and it's fucking freezing. And I don't believe it's possible for me to change. This is where I was. And I started doing the work. And it took me I started with walking for 2 months. And I built up steadily my walking. And then I started to jog a bit, walk a bit in the same route, walking, right? And then I did that for a number of weeks or months, couple of months, and then I built up to going back in the gym, like nervous and anxious and things like that. Once a week, twice a week, over the weeks, 3 times a week. And I was doing that for 6 months. And I was feeling better. Cut this story short. After 6 months, I was still 220 pounds. I had hit rock bottom at 220 pounds, and after 6 months of exercising, I was still 220 pounds. Fucking hell. And I was like, okay, I've got to look at my diet. Was I eating better? Absolutely. I was making steady changes, not eating like a fucking child, but I was trying to out exercise, out train a bad diet. And I finally took, if Jackie is still okay, hey, Deneen, I took Jackie's advice, but I didn't take her advice. She was like, you got to look at your food. I was like, no, I'm going to out train this terrible diet. And I finally started looking at my nutrition, and I started tracking what I was eating. And I was like, oh shit, I have been eating where I should have been eating maybe 2,600 calories a day. I was eating consistently 3,500 calories every day, plus more in the weekends. I was eating 20 times a day, 20 plus times a day. Not 20 meals, but 3 meals, a lot of snacks, a lot of picking, stress eating, binging, secret eating, all of it, right? So when I started taking a look at that, things got better. And then over the next year, I think I lost about 35 pounds, and I felt amazing. I saw 209. I couldn't believe it. I never thought it'd be 210 again. I saw 199. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I was under 200 pounds again. And then I went into the 180s, 185. When I got to 195, that was my big goal. I was like, okay, I've got more work to do. And then I went down to 185. And later on, I went down to 174. So I lost 46 pounds in total over the course of a couple of years. But it took me a long time because I was doing it by myself, and I was basically scrambling around in the dark. Now, I could go on about that for 20 minutes. I'm not going to. The most important thing I want you to take away from me, from this story, is the moment. If you are a dad and you are carrying 40 pounds plus and it's making you miserable, and you want and need, you need to make changes, but you may be like me, you think it's actually impossible to lose the weight without weight loss medication, which I'm highly skeptical of the long-term effects. You don't believe it's possible to lose weight without miserable diets, juicing, doing keto, doing carnivore, doing fasting. I want you to, number one, know that you can change. Number two, you are where you are because of your choices. I was where I was because of my choices. I believe back in the day I was entitled to a healthy, fit body because I was a busy, loving dad. Not the case. And number three, it's on you. It was on me to make the changes and do the work. When I felt terrible, I didn't believe it was possible. It was winter in Virginia, and I was in awful shape. I was not special. I was where I was because of my choices. It was on me to make changes. I want you to know, if you're in a similar boat, you are where you are because of your choices. So that's good. That means that you can change it. It's not your boss. Maybe you're running a business. It's not your business. It takes over. There are contributing factors to your weight gain and you being out of shape, but it's not the cause. The cause is you're not looking after yourself, and you're making choices that are causing your decline. But the good news is that you can make better choices, and you don't have to do miserable stuff, because that miserable stuff is not sustainable, and it's going to put you on another lap on the yo-yo circuit, the yo-yo weight loss, weight gain circuit. Back in the day, I was like, you always heard about like lifestyle changes, yeah? Lifestyle changes. What the fuck are lifestyle changes? What I've come to learn after 7 years of doing this work, coaching for 4.5 years, thousands of men and women busy and things like that, is you make lifestyle changes through your habit changes, and you do it in a way that is sustainable, effective, and enjoyable. I did not want to live like a monk. I wanted to continue to eat ice cream, Ben & Jerry's fish food. I wanted to continue to enjoy a Sonic. I wanted to continue to enjoy a strawberry Chick-fil-A shake with the whipped cream and the cherry on top. I wanted to continue to enjoy everything, but not at a cost of my physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health and happiness. And if it compromised how I showed up for Jackie, my sons, and myself, and now we have a beautiful 2-year-old daughter as well. And I honestly believe if I didn't make those changes, we would not have a third kid, because I was feeling so awful. I had no energy and I was on the way to 300 pounds back in the day. I would not have been, literally not fit for it. I want you to take the energy from my story and I want you to come to that moment. And a way that you can do this yourself, if you're a busy dad that is carrying a lot of weight, you feel terrible, you want to make changes, but you think it's impossible. The first step is to draw that line and take ownership. And the way I did it, I think, is a very effective way. And it is literally go into your bathroom tonight, strip down to your boxers, and take 5 to 7 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and take a good look and face your reality. And take a good look at your body. And take a good look and think about, literally reflect on what's standing out. What is causing you pain? I hated, my belly was bigger than I thought. My man boobs were awful. My chins, my multiple chins, my bloated face. I can't believe I was looking like that. But the pain that got me was my arms. And I don't think it was about vanity. I think it was about, I was living my life as a soft, schlubby, chubby, hubby version of myself. And there were contributing factors, but I was ignorant and I thought I was on an inevitable decline. Take stock, look in that mirror, see what is causing you pain as you're looking at yourself. And my recommendation to you is you say to yourself, no, not even that. What happens if I don't make any changes? How am I going to feel like in 6 months? What is my quality of life going to look like in 6 years? What is coming up for you? Asking yourself those questions as you are facing your reality. You can make changes. You can make amazing changes, and you don't have to do anything crazy. And in 2026, you can draw the line tonight, or whenever you watch this, and hopefully this replay is on Instagram, and I'll put it up on my YouTube channel at Fitness, okay? You can draw the line tonight, and you don't have the cover of ignorance. I have helped men and women and dads in all different kinds of environments. Single dads with blue collar jobs, looking after their children by themselves, to CEOs managing multi-million-dollar organizations. We've all got our own problems. We've all got our own challenges. We've all got our own pains. But we can find a way to still look after ourselves and become the dads that we want to. Healthy, happy, full of energy, and mitigating the things that we can control. I can get hit by a tractor out in Virginia here. I hope I don't, but it can happen. I can get struck down by illness. But with the things that I can control, those lifestyle habits, I made simple, amazing changes that I feel wonderful. And if you told me, Sean, if I could go back into 7 years and 1 hour ago now and say, Sean, you will not believe what has happened since you drew the fucking line tonight. I did not want to be a coach. I had no idea of being a coach for helping men and women, and now dads predominantly, make these changes. I just didn't want to feel like shit anymore. If I could go back and talk to that guy, that version of me, that guy's not me, and I'm not that guy. That is a different version of me that was living his life, feeling, thinking in a very different way. But only thanks to that guy that was clinically obese, badly out of shape, not slept in 6 months plus, like really not slept, made a massive move across the country, didn't know anyone. Jackie's struggling with it. Like, really serious challenges that, Sean, from when you drew the line, this is what's happened. You've helped thousands of men and women. You started your own business. You love what you're doing. You started a side hustle. And 8 months later, you're going to quit your job, the job that you moved across the country to take, and you're doing it now full time. Unbelievable. Not everyone's going to be a coach. The most important thing is that you're doing this for you. And in turn, that's going to affect how you're showing up in your home for your family. And it's going to affect how you're showing up at your workplace, whether, it's your job or it's your business. And you're going to feel fucking amazing. Drawing the line and making changes. Now, here is where I want to actually give some helpful, actionable information, right? So, you can draw the line tonight. You can say, I'm done. I am fucking done. I want and need to make changes. I've just watched that fucking guy off Instagram. And if he can do it, why can't I? Exactly. You can fucking do it. You can fucking do it. You can fucking do it. Because you're not special. I'm not special. No dad that has done this work, that has made changes that stuck, is special. We just fucking... I don't even know if it's commitment. I couldn't go back. I couldn't live another day like I'd lived for the previous 2.5 years. No matter how hard the work was, I knew I couldn't go back. You can do this too. And now you've got me. You've got me. Draw the line. You're fucking done. Give yourself a year in 2026. 1 year. If you're doing this work by yourself, you give yourself 1 year to lose 40 pounds. Not 2 weeks. Not 2 days. Not 2 months. You give yourself a whole year. How I can help you, right? Any questions you have, ask me. Hey, Sean, I just watched your video there about that drawing the line thing. It was a bit boring, but I got something from it. I've got a question about blah. Ask me. Free resources, right? Free resources. I have a weight loss cheat sheet for busy dads. It's got 51 tips in there. This is all the stuff I wish I had known back in the day. I didn't know a thing. Remember, I did not believe it was possible for me to lose weight. Never mind 46 pounds. I didn't believe it was possible for me to lose 3 pounds. It is all the information in there that I wish I had known back in the day, when I didn't believe it was possible to change, even though I knew I needed to. There was a guy, a younger guy in his 20s there, 5 days ago or last week. He reached out to me. We were chatting, and I gave him that cheat sheet. And I asked him there a couple of days ago, hey, how's it going? And he goes, it's helping. The cheat sheet, the weight loss cheat sheet, it is around fitness, nutrition, and mindset. Ask me, Sean, I want that cheat sheet. I have a step-by-step masterclass on how I helped David, 55 years of age, lose 71 pounds, going from 261 to 190, and then the week after we finished up, he went to 189 pounds. Okay, he did 4 5-kilometer runs in like the second to last week that we were working together. I have got a video which is a step-by-step process of how I helped David do that, achieve that. You can take that information, apply it to your own work, and replicate your own success story. Please ask that, right? Drop a follow, right? Drop a follow, right? Questions, tips, ask. Now, you also, and I'm going to give I'm going to extend an invitation here. You may be watching this for the first time, and you're like, okay, who's this guy? Okay, I see all the before and afters and the testimonials and the interviews. I've got long form interviews on my YouTube page at Isle of Fitness, same handle, isleoffitness.com. You see my website. Okay, and this guy, I like it. No bullshit, common sense, consistency. Get in the shape of your life by building, sustainable, enjoyable habits, and enjoy everything that you love. I've enjoyed margaritas over this Christmas break, chocolate ice cream, everything I wanted, but not at a point where I feel awful. If you have just started following me, you've watched this video, or you've been following me for 6 months plus. Hey, Ryan, appreciate it, okay? Ryan, Coach Ryan, I think a couple of years ago, that man went from, I think, 290 down to 210, and he rocked most of that work doing it by himself. I love Coach Ryan. I think you lost like 30 pounds around that or something. And then Ryan just went on and just continued to crush it. And he is killing it. Ryan, love it. Okay, if you've been following me for especially like 6 months plus, and you're seeing it's boring, you're like, this guy's just fucking showing all these before and afters. All the proof is there. I tag my one-to-one clients who have given me permission to do so. You could ask them about me, okay? We've welcomed Coach Dave to the team as well. Dave Murray too, who's also on staff. It's absolutely amazing. If you know you're like, okay, I'm tired, I know and want to make changes, but I don't have the bandwidth to put all this together, and I just want it to be a game plan to be laid out for me, and I want the accountability, and I want the support, and I want someone to boot me up the arse when I need it to stay consistent, please reach out and we'll chat about potentially working together. My roster is capped at 15 clients. I work with my guys intimately, and I'm also working with 2 mums as well at the minute. Love it. And we work intimately together. And if you're like, okay, I like this, but I want a done for you game plan. It's our signature program launch. It's 16 weeks. That is our only program for new clients. Not 50 programs. One program. 16 weeks long. One-to-one coaching. And you want the guesswork taken out, the accountability, the support. You'll crush it. Reach out to me. DM me, launch, whatever you want. Just reach out. Hello, I'm interested in finding out more. It has to be a good fit for you. It has to be a good fit for us. We only want to work with dads that it's a good fit. There was a guy I posted about, he's only wanting to lose 10 pounds. It's not a good fit. This is for dads, busy dads that are feeling like shit, that want to lose and keep off 40 pounds plus. We'll help you crush it. We have, I believe, industry-leading client transformations. And at the end of the day, this is not about weight loss or fitness. It's about transforming into the version of you that you're proud of. And you feel amazing. And your confidence, your energy, your swagger levels are going through the roof. So that is it. To finish up here, right? Please take this energy. Feel encouraged, inspired, whatever you want. No ego in any of this for me. Take some of my energy, go to the mirror in your bathroom tonight or whenever you watch this, whenever is appropriate, all right? Maybe not in work, your workplace, all right? Go to the mirror in your boxers, but have your shirt off. Take a look at yourself. Take stock. Face reality. Ask yourself, what is my life going to look like and feel like if nothing changes in the next 6 months, in the next year, in the next 6 years? What does the trajectory of my life, my quality of life look like? Draw the motherfucking line. You are where you are. You are where you are because of your choices. And you can make different choices that turn the ship around. And you can go from game over to game on. From one day to day fucking one. You can do that right now. Absolutely. And then any questions you have for me, ask me. The free resources, ask me. Get the information that it took me 18 months to put together and now 7 years of experience. You will get it in an instant with my weight loss cheat sheet. Free, take it, win. And again, if you're like, want structured coaching, the accountability, the support, the done for you game plan, you do the work. We help you work it, teach you everything that you need to build a lifestyle that trains you lean, fit, healthy, strong, full of energy. Reach out and we'll have a chat. See if it's a good fit. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate your energy, your support. I want every dad I know, whether we work together or not, whether you're working by yourself, working with us, working with other coaches, whatever, in a boot camp, whatever group setting, I want you to win. The changes I made felt so good that I was like, I want to help other dads experience what I've experienced. It wasn't to make money. It wasn't to start a multi-billion-dollar company. I've always been about helping people and things. Me and Jackie met down in Costa Rica in 2012. I was helping run a turtle conservation project. I love helping people. I love building communities. And Isle of Fitness is helping dads do amazing fucking things and achieve amazing fucking transformations. Whether you're working by yourself, another coach, another company, another whatever, or us, I want you to win. You can change. It's on you. Give yourself a year in 2026 if you're doing it by yourself, and you'll fucking make it. Get a game plan. Stay consistent. Work that game plan every fucking day, whether you want to or not, until it sticks. And until you get to the point where we have a saying, NFGB and Isle of Fitness, I'm never fucking going back. Let's fucking go. Cheers.